Hello people, this is Tanu Sharma and we are continuing the computer graphics series. So in this video we will cover first the numerical and then we will move forward towards the display devices in which we will cover the cathode ray tube. So let's get started. So a numerical is given to us that if a TV screen has 525 scan lines. So see this, the scan line here refers towards the vertical resolution and we are given an aspect ratio of 3:4. And further, if each pixel contains 12 bits of intensity information, then we have to find out how many bits are required for refresh rate 30 frames per second. So let's see towards this. First of all, we will go towards what we are being given. So we are given 525 scan lines. So notice this, the scan line here refers to the vertical resolution. Okay, this is vertical resolution. So vertical resolution is given to us, which is 525. Also the aspect ratio, which is 3:4, which means we can write that in aspect ratio this is horizontal resolution and this is vertical resolution. So we are given, or we can assume that the horizontal resolution is 3x, okay, and the vertical resolution is 4x. So now we know that the vertical resolution is 4x and also given as 525. Okay, so x would be 525 by 4. So we have obtained the value of x. So we can find the horizontal resolution. So the horizontal resolution would be 3x, which is nothing but 3 into 5 to 5 by 4, which would be approximately 393.75. Okay, now what we have to find? We have to find the total bits. So the total bits, what would be? Horizontal resolution, that is 393.75, multiplied by the vertical resolution, which is 5 to 5, multiplied by, we have given that each pixel contains 12 bits. So for every pixel they are given as 12 bits and we have to find the bits for 30 frames per second. So multiplied by 30, which would approximately give us 74 megabits per second. So this is the solution of this numerical. Hope you have understood it. Now coming towards the display devices. So what are display devices? So display devices are nothing but the output devices. So the most commonly used output device in a graphic system is a video monitor. Now there are several display devices. So in this video we'll be covering the cathode ray tube, which is also known as CRT. So this diagram basically depicts the CRT, the cathode ray tube. So in coming towards the detailing of the CRT tube, see, this is like a tube structure. So the pins connected over here are the connector pins and this is called as the base. This is the electron gun through which the electron beam is passed. These are the focusing system. There are two basically deflection plates. One is the horizontal, this is the horizontal deflection plate, and these are the vertical deflection plates. And there is a phosphor coated screen, okay, and the electron beam strikes on the phosphor coated screen. So what is written? Let's see that. So basically CRT, the cathode ray tube, is an evacuated glass tube. Okay. Next, the electron gun produces a beam of electron which is directed towards the screen, by which high voltage, typically 15,000 to 20,000 volts, it is basically 20,000 volts, that is generated. So inner side of the screen that is coated with phosphor, you can see in the diagram, which gives light when it is stroked by electrons. So in these three lines what we can conclude is that कि हमारे पास हमें एक ग्लास की evacuated tube given होती है. अब हमारे पास एक इलेक्ट्रॉन गन होती है जो कि इलेक्ट्रॉन बीम को पास करती है, और ये जो इलेक्ट्रॉन बीम है ये फॉस्फोर की जो कोटेड स्क्रीन होती है उसको जाके स्ट्राइक करती है, और जैसे ही इलेक्ट्रॉन की बीम इसको स्ट्राइक करती है हमें लाइट प्रोड्यूस होती है, और वो जो लाइट है वो एक हाई वोल्टेज को जनरेट करती है जो कि टिपिकली 15,000 टू 20,000 वोल्ट्स को रेंज करता है. अब the next what we can see, that is the control grid controls velocity of electrons before they hit the phosphor. As we have seen in the diagram, there is focusing system or the deflection plate. This is whole control grid. So the control grid controls the velocity of electron. जो beam pass होती है electron की through the electron gun, उसकी जो वेलोसिटी होती है जब वो फॉस्फोर को हिट करती है तो उसकी वेलोसिटी को कंट्रोल करती है कंट्रोल ग्रिड. नेक्स्ट इज दैट द कंट्रोल ग्रिड कंट्रोल्स इंटेंसिटी ऑफ द स्पॉट वेयर द बीम स्ट्राइक्स द स्क्रीन. सपोज दिस इज माई स्क्रीन and the beam strikes over here. So this is the intensity spot. So the control grid controls the intensity of this spot where the beam strikes the screen. Okay, understood? Next, coming towards the focusing system concentrates the electron beam so it converges to small point when hits with the phosphor coating. We have seen in the diagram the focusing system were like this. You may have seen in the diagram previously. So these were the focusing system. So जो focusing system होते हैं वो क्या करते हैं, जो हमारी इलेक्ट्रॉन बीम होती है उसको हेल्प करते हैं कि वो कंसंट्रेट करे एक पॉइंट पे, जिससे कि वो एक स्मॉल पॉइंट पे कन्वर्ज करे जब भी वो फॉस्फोर कोटिंग को हिट करे. एंड we have given a deflection system. See, the line is stated, deflection system directs beam which decides the point where the beam strikes the screen. See, don't get confused between the focusing system and the deflection system. Focusing system क्या करता है, focusing system help करता है जो हमारी इलेक्ट्रॉन बीम है उसको कि वो एक पॉइंट पे फोकस करे, यानी कि जो इलेक्ट्रॉन बीम है जो बहुत सारी रेज निकल रही हैं. सी, इट इज़ नॉट अ सिंगल रे, इट इज़ मल्टीपल रेज, एंड मल्टीपल रेज को कन्वर्ज करवाने का काम करता है फोकसिंग सिस्टम. जबकि जो डिफ्लेक्शन सिस्टम है वो बीम को हेल्प करता है, वो उसको डायरेक्ट करता है कि वो किस पॉइंट पे जाके स्ट्राइक करे. हो सकता है हमारी बीम यहाँ पे स्ट्राइक करे, हो सकता है यहाँ पे करे, हो सकता है यहाँ पे करे, हो सकता है यहाँ पे करे या यहाँ पे करे, कहीं पे भी कर सकती है. तो डिफ्लेक्शन सिस्टम ये बताता है बीम को कि उसको कहाँ पे जाके स्ट्राइक करना है. सो दिस इज़ द वर्क ऑफ द डिफ्लेक्शन सिस्टम. ऑल्सो डिफ्लेक्शन सिस्टम में दो पेयर ऑफ पैरेलल प्लेट्स होती हैं जो कि हमने देखा प्रीवियस डायग्राम में, which are the vertical deflection plates and the horizontal deflection plates. So if I make the summary of this whole cathode ray tube, so we can see that the cathode ray tube is nothing but a glass evacuated tube. I can show you with the diagram again. See, so this is my glass tube. What happens is that the electron gun produces an electron beam which strike the phosphor coated screen, and when it strike the phosphor coated screen a high voltage is produced and by which the light is produced. Now what happens is that these focusing system which are present over here, they help the beam to get कन्वर्ज इनटू अ पॉइंट। ओके, ये हेल्प करते हैं, फोकसिंग सिस्टम जो है वो हेल्प करता है बीम को कि वो कन्वर्ज करे एक स्मॉल पॉइंट पे। ओके, जबकि जो डिफ्लेक्शन प्लेट्स हैं हॉरिजॉन्टल और वर्टिकल, ये हेल्प करती है बीम को कि वो मतलब वो बताती है कि कौन से पॉइंट पे जाके मेरी बीम स्ट्राइक होगी। So this was all about the cathode ray tube. Hope you have understood.